afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Vilshanka, the only place we are likely to get shanked. I don't know, somehow. Anyways, we're 1 vs 1 in these. It is Baoliang fighting for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the 9th Panzer Division here with Grand Offensive, Overwatch, and Firesturm with Infantry, Rakettenwerfer, and Hetzer bulletins. Flammhetzer specifically in the west. It is Jagdtiger, at least that's sort of one I could sort of find that makes sense as a name here. Fighting for America, freedom, and democracy. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Armored Division with Airborne Company featuring Pathfinders, 50 cals from above, paratroopers also from above, anti-tank guns from above, and obviously P-47 rocket strips from above. With 8 ambulance and double infantry bulletins here. Clearly they're expecting to lose a lot of ambulances, otherwise that's not going to make much sense there. Folks are being seen heading southwards, Sturmpanzer heading northwards, quite aggressive here. Baoliang going for a quick strike there to decapitate, at least frustrate his northern field push there. And as always, please remember to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Press the bell button to subscribe, will help me a lot in the fight against the YouTube algorithms. Also, big thanks to my Patreon supporters, these champions of my support there, of which you can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon. Also, you can also just donate. Links in the video description there. Patreon or PayPal. Oh, wait, that would make me happy. We got points being seized with the Volksgun into the south. We got here Volksgun squad advancing there for Baoliang as well. Up north, Sturm passing about there again, disrupting there. Jagdtiger's fuel play there. Sneaky play there by Baoliang. Thumbs up. Partly how I want to play the Oberkommanders. You're not always looking for pitched battles, just disrupting, frustrating, and then striking once they're really not trying to get you, and then you just sort of hit back with a sucker punch or a jackboot. Going from the northern field point again, we got troops nearby. We'll launch another sort of strike there. We got the racings going out here again once more for Jagdtiger. We got a pretty fast captain out here. Also interesting to see the captain here. Typically, captains are more reserved for 2 vs 2 matches or higher, but in 1 vs 1 it's more lieutenant. But still, on the right maps, it can still, of course, be quite effective. In particular, smaller maps, the pack outer can be quite nasty. And certainly, Vilshanka is quite a small map. At least, it's not a constricted small map. That's at least a blessing for it. It's not like a map that's just a series of lanes, which tend to be, shall we say, that some of the maps like the least. We got here Baoliang struck out of the Schwere Wehrmacht Schlepper. Folks coming about here for Baoliang. Going to push there through the south. Up north, he's basically in ground here. Having perhaps tried to fool his opponent to thinking he's north is going to strike, leaving Jagdtiger to defend the north, and then he strikes southwards there, quickly having his opponent there. Basic but smart set of tactics there. Truck going out, let's go in the battle group headquarters here for Baoliang. No sign of a Doctrine yet. And the South Rifles thing about here. Folks being caught here by the Rifle Squad. More got the captain ring in there, of course, adding the BAR, the Browning Automatic Rifle. Threatening now this German field point. Interesting there. Baoliang here seems a bit decisive all of a sudden here against Jagdtiger and what he wants to do. Back here, though, folks, they're good to go. Need to counterattack south fast, I think, to defend the field point against the Americans. And you can see here that Jagdtiger is stiffly and swiftly extending out their presence. Back here, we got the mechanized command post going up. They might see a fast half track there, but then again, fuel-wise, he's not quite there. So probably a more infantry, follow up with a pack outer here, or maybe a pack outer first, hard to say. He could also use the Pathfinders here. Captain moving in, forces quickly retreating, still passing northwards again, forces going southwards there. Right now, Baoliang's forces have got a bit too extended. Again, you want to play aggressively. Also, you got to be like wary of when you need to like back off and your opponent just like and decides to hit your isolated unit, which is what happened here. So, good counter push there by Jagdtiger, but again, it does leave the north side now open. We got troops nearby holding up, basically digging in here, hoping to deter any push there, at least slow it down. And we got Baoliang here with Overwatch Doctrine, featuring the Jäger Light Infantry Recon Squad, early warning systems for the fatherland, like Feldhaubitze Achsen Artillerie, and the sector assault ability. Ambulance following up there for Jagdtiger. Ground center point with the captain, and of course Jäger's up, very popular at the moment, alongside Luftwaffe Ground Force. I think those are the 2 most popular doctrines. Elite Arm, I think, is a close third though. A close second, if you will. G for the Fee Sniper Rifle there on the way for the Jaegers. There we go. Gives them, of course, the ability to bleed out the Yankees in a more prolonged fight. Going from the northern field point there. Again, sneaky harassment here with Baoliang against Jagdtiger. Of course, light vehicles can help counter this sort of play. Jaeger supporting a push here in the center. Racing need to be very, very careful. Sturmpanzer was the captain. Ambulance ready here for Jagdtiger, providing most needed healing and soothing of wounds, most grievous. Jump on is around it. Facing there down just one man, running back there for some help. Oh god, Doc, you gotta help me! I'm bleeding! Don't worry, son, here, have a cheeseburger. What? Cheeseburgers? Are you kidding me? Well, you know, actual healthcare would be socialism, so cheeseburgers it is. Anyway, sailing through the south here with the Volksgrenadiers. Battle Group headquarters ready with medics there for Baoliang. Standing ready here. We're, of course, bit on the back foot here. Baoliang once more using the ability of swift maneuver. Jaegers here need to be careful. You don't get somehow stuck, but there goes sandbags up. Layers of sandbags. In fact, a nice little barbed wire sandwich. Steel Punch getting ready. We got Goliath here for Baoliang. He is looking for something a bit more explosive. He's also going for fast truck here, so that'll be probably the Schwerpunted quarters. Could be some fast orbs on here to put more pressure on Jagdtiger. Jagdtiger, they're still flooding a bit of resources. Manpower being held back. Probably looking like they want to go for... No, got the pack outs instead. Oh, there we go. There we go. Using the supervision ability. Like, if they're going to go for something, they definitely need to use supervise. That's 2 thumbs up. Now, any American player that uses, like, supervise is already, like, you know, several steps above the average American player in my book, because, you know, it's a really good ability. It's just, like, they rarely ever use it. But you can see they just love to, like, pump out several units in the span of, like, a minute. It's incredible. So, again, 2 thumbs up there. Jaeger Sturmhouse ready. He's basically waiting for the attack. He obviously knows it's going to be tricky to push in. He, when the Jagdtiger constricts, so to push, force Jagdtiger there to attack and then deal with him. We got the Kedman from the way. They're a bit slow on that one. Schwer Punch will drop around the fuel point, call point. Jaeger's getting blasted for the half tech. Cover's already crumbling, but the first layer of sandbags actually absorbing the hits for the second layer of sandbags. So, ironically, this will actually make it easier for him to defend. But there goes Jaeger's none is taking losses, being suppressed here. Sturmhouse charging in. We got Fulton tank from the south here, capped nearby supporting. Got Fulton from the north here. A brutal series of engagement. The Jaegers still holding out here. 4 kills. We got the pack out to firing down as well. There are no kills as of yet. Sturmhouse is probably want to get into cover before the half tech suppress them. Too late. But it's actually down to half health already. Pretty good. We got the Goliath hiding here in some shrubbery as a rather nasty surprise here for the Americans. 5th cal being airdropped here for Jagdtiger. Of course, that is one of the strengths of Airborne. You can just go for either of the 2 officers and then drop in what else you need. More Goliaths here for Baoliang. More high explosive surprises. They're usually meant to, like, blow up obstacles, but, you know, they could also be used for other things. They would usually be organised down into pioneer units, but also later in the war, they'd actually create these remote control battalions, or detachments, where it was actually, like, the operators were basically, like, you know, either Stugs, or even, like, Tigers. In fact, the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision in Normandy had such a Funkline Abteilung or Company, where basically it was Tiger tanks with a single old King Tiger in it. They're sort of, you know, meant to radio control these Goliaths somehow, so... Little fun fact there. Volksjager's moving out here. The Kev's setting up there. Goliath still hiding out. Also got one up here. Half tech charging into the Kevin. Have a great hit there. And might actually dived in too far. There we go. What he then does is actually kind of makes sense. Like if you've gone in too far, it's actually better to move hip. In this case, they did not expect the Schwerpunted quarters. So, although in this case, dived the half tech in too far, and Baoliang slapped him into the next universe. Goliath so far not doing much here. Baoliang the patient hunter, and there you go. In this case, the less patient hunter charges straight into the 50 cal, which quickly stops most of his advance. In the south here, grabbing the point here, back here. Nothing going on there for Baoliang. And we got another truck on the way there, so Baoliang going for the King Tiger? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Goliath goes up there, rather than easily dodge it. Didn't quite pan out there for Baoliang. My god, Joe, someone's dog just exploded! I don't think that was someone's dog, Sergeant. I don't think that was someone's dog. Anyways, 50 caliber number 2 on the way here for Jagdtiger. And of course, more suppressive weapons there to help deal with Baoliang's infantry and the way he's operating it. Quite effective upgrade, obviously. Coming up here. So, King Tiger's already here is a rather ambitious strategy of Baoliang, and I think could easily backfire on them. Probably should go for Panzer Force first. Or they should go for Panzer Force first. Not probably, they should. Okay, we're seeing ahead here though for Baoliang. 5th caliber current in the centre. Note, by the way, he's actually manning it with Pathfinders, meaning it actually can see further, meaning it can actually make spot for itself and make full use of its range. There's a sneaky little development there by Jagdtiger. Note, you can do something similar to Wehrmacht. If you do some machine gun, you can recruit with pioneers, and they can then actually spot for itself as well. So, bit of a tip there. Charging at it, but in heavy cover, except not quite. So the 50 character man suppressed by Jaeger's flanking in. They didn't quite deal with it either. So, third truck out. They probably consider lightning to help deal with some of the allied stuff. They've begun in for the 4th for Baoliang instead. Could try to think through the south. They have Ras, Jagdtiger, southern flank. Certainly feel like they're finding right now, so I think centering too much on, well, the center. Which is making it a bit easier here for Jagdtiger to focus firepower to slow down Baoliang's attacks. Pack out looking to blast away here. Goliath slightly edging its way closer here to any Americans. 5th Cult, not like enough. Nego going for it with the Goliath. He's making a run for it. He's making a run for it. But I fear it might be a bit too ambitious here. A run by Baoliang. Yup, instead just blows up and shatters a bit of a fence. Maybe blows out the eardrums of a nearby squirrel. Pack out, they got 1 kill so far. More Jaegers out here for Baoliang. Kenneth has been shredded by the 5th Cult, just unleashing a hailstorm of lead at it. The crew fast to retreat here under an unrelenting torrent of death there from Jagdtiger's 50 Cult. Joe by Chuck and the Raft scored up here, Betchy 2. They pack a punch. Forcing the retreat there of the rifleman. But yeah, not entirely sure there what Baoliang is planning here. Maybe there's an accident he actually went for the truck at this stage. Would certainly make a bit of sense, a bit more sense than actually planning to go for a King Tiger like that. Just push back. He needs to put more pressure on the flanks again. I feel like Baoliang is simply putting too much pressure on the center here and like focus on the center against the Jagdtiger for some curious reason, which is obviously to the favor of Jagdtiger, and less so for Baoliang, less so. Back here, truck reinforcing healing. Truck standing about there for Baoliang, not doing much. MD-34 on Define. The south, they've got the 5th coming up to defend the southern victory point. Thumbs up there to Jagdtiger, locking down any potential avenues of attack here from Baoliang already. Nice bit of foresight. Got the Pathfinder starting out. Back in base. No tech yet here further. Could soon begin taking up for medium armor. Truck reinforcing healing. Baoliang's finally, I think, starting to realise he needs to like focus less extensively on the centre. Needs to like to focus on other parts of the map. Packer finally at the position on the 9th Panzer Division, like Kevin's setting out. Jaeger's holding up here. Lining up for a big push here, but looks like he's lining up for a big defence. We got anti-tankers being dropped in here for Jagdtiger as well. Jaeger's restorations up north. Baoliang is still some time away from the Panther 4, but not too far away either. And certainly Panther 4 right now, I think, is absolutely what's needed here for Baoliang. As for Jagdtiger, finally got taken there going on as well. Very good. Can't just sit back there and just hope everything goes your way. Machine gun there quickly routed here under unrelenting firepower there from the pack cards. The 1 gunner Jurgen drops dead as the high close impact shatters his internal organs. 50 cal covering up here. We've got a total of 2 50 cals here for Jagdtiger. Got the Major out as well. That said, with the current rate of acquisition here, Baoliang should be able to get out Panther ahead here of Jagdtiger and may be able to just like get an opening here. But he needs a bit faster about it, obviously. He needs a bit faster. Entertaining there also ready to be crewed and pointed against the general direction of any German armoured attack. Captain bringing the Sturmpanies here. Good time, I think, to toss a concussive grenade here for the Sturmpanies, to be honest. But it looks like Baoliang's a bit too preoccupied to actually figure that one out. Oh, there we go, there we go. We do get the concussive grenade into the captain. There we go. Charges, there we go. As it goes off here. And Jagdtiger there forces to treat the captain as he suffers quite a bit of a stun there. Jaeger sitting for the north. It's very good. Still, I think could try and like go for a deep push in the south, trying to outmaneuver Jagdtiger's southern flank. Maybe a 1 with 5th cal and wipe it out, in which case he could grab it and turn against Jagdtiger, which is great there for Baoliang. Amazing. Going for a light artillery piece of his own, though. I think he should go for the Panther 4 here first, and then go for the artillery piece. That said, going for an artillery piece is definitely a good idea here for Baoliang. Definitely a good idea. Back here, reinforcing healing. Truck starts standing about here. Definitely feels like a mistake. That, or he just quickly realised he was making a mistake and decided to back off on it. But either way, the truck's just getting about doing nothing for now. Jaeger's hanging about here still, waiting for an opportunity up north. Jaeger's being swamped with 2 rifle squads there. Jagdtiger, of course, still feeling like he's got the initiative. He's exploiting it effectively versus Baoliang, who is still not quite making anything like concerted efforts. And now we actually get here the Scot out for Jagdtiger. Surprised we weren't able to figure the Sherman, but decides on more artillery and, of course, more mobile artillery in this case versus Baoliang, looking to harass and just be a real pain in the ass. There you go. Baoliang starting to extend more forces southwards here. Thumbs up there. Again, I feel like a sufficiently well-executed attack for the south here could throw off Jagdtiger and gain some good progress. We've got lines going to find that the 50 cal. Of course, on the fire from the pack out, trying to silence his light infantry shots. Got almost done. Jaeger's up in the Major. Quickly gaining several kills there as the Major himself is quickly dropped with the Jaegers, showing no distinction for rank. No compassion to make. But there you go. Folks are being shredded by the captain. Didn't pay attention there. Baoliang could see a wipe here. Suffered in the fight against the Americans. The army is up north here. Another push going on here. They're really focused on the north now. But again, at least not just churning men into the center. Line for the gun there, doing a bit of damage, nothing serious. Considering over the Panzer IV, of course, could also consider the Panzer for something a bit more armored, a bit more threatening, hoping to maybe join a bigger response here from Jagdtiger. And also some of them might just be able to slightly better balance the shots of the M1 anti-tank gun. Going from the northern field point here, bold move here by him. No, he does not go for the Panzer V, it does indeed the Panzer IV. Model J, or Asfiln the last model of Panzer IV, which is all a more simplified model to make it easy to produce and faster produce. Which ended up being a bit funny since in the end they just hard cap production, well Hitler hard cap production, because he kept wanting to like change production towards something else like Panthers. And later on Stuke 4s actually, but you know, they kept managed to somehow convince him not to do it, but they ended up hard capping production, like, I think something like 400 a month, or maybe lower than that, possibly 200 or 300 a month. So, little fun fact there. Grab the northern point here. But the Panzer IV was certainly very much the workhorse of the Wehrmacht's armoured forces. Captain flanking on the came back to trouble, got in for the covering up though. Panzer IV almost done here. And there you go, Panzer IV ready, and in the pinlight machine gun there, troops moving ahead here for Baoliang and for Jagdtiger. In the north, bit of progress halted here by Jagdtiger's men bravely sacrificing themselves against Baoliang. Lines going cleared up, troops going forward, need to get the Panzer IV in there. And also in the pinlight machine causes a great move. Artillery fire rain down here, Major called it in. Aggressive maneuver there. Bravo and Brady can't get the hands of the line for gun. Panzer moving ahead. The anti-tank and fire there in the center, opening up. And Jaegers also revealing its position here, by the way. Great fight, Baoliang. Of course, need to be careful around it, but still moving ahead here. Charging forward. It could actually outmaneuver the anti-tank gun, leaving Jagdtiger in a pretty desperate situation. If he clears out the anti-tank, we got more anti-tankers this time, not airdropping them in here. Perhaps realizing that might be a bit awkward. Panzer IV can't quite. Anti-tank can't quite. There you go. He does get hit, and still the Panzer IV is on the maneuver right now. Troops being supported here. Major being shredded. Almost got the anti-tank, and here Packard's also in trouble. If we clear that out, that'll also be pretty great there for Baoliang. Troops reinforcing, need to get moving fast. Second anti-tank almost done here. Got another gun on the anti-tank, and needs to clear. There we go. Down he goes. Smoke screen down here by Jagdtiger. Nice maneuver. Destroying the anti-tank. He's attempting to, except the gunner is drunk, and there you go. Forced to fall back here due to the threat of the anti-tank rifle grenades and possibly more anti-tank guns. Good response to the Baoliang, but again, great use of the smoke there by Jagdtiger. Grenade off, they didn't do as much. Panzer IV there. Avoids an anti-tank rifle grenade, in fact. Bit lucky there. And now I've got the second anti-tank already here. Also worth noting, the Scott can actually smoke while on the move, or fire barrages on the move, which is not something most artillery can do. Need to push north for secret points here. We got the mechanized written going for Baoliang. We'll have to see it go straight for the King Tiger after this, or if it's going to at least go for some more medium armor. Hoping to catch the ambulance that attacks several anti-tank and hits there to the front armor. Whew, that was incredibly close there for Baoliang. Definitely a way to repair that one. Falls back, they wiped up all the artillery fire there, but still he's got the car point, disrupting Jagdtiger's fuel supply. Baoliang, thanks to the power of the Panzer IV and the German spirit of the Panzerwaffe, managed to make an opening here and turn the map back in his favor once more, but at a rather high cost, and certainly I think he could have maybe achieved a bit better faster. But oh well, he is there nonetheless. And the line for gun got destroyed, unfortunately. Or fortunate, depending on perspective. Looks like it's going to go for a repair pun. He's already here. There we go. He's using victory points as fast as possible. Very good as well. Munitions point. Could consider laying down some maybe mines or sandbags, whatever he can here and there. Also, booby traps from the Jaegers would also not be a bad idea. Anything to, like, you know, punish a push there by Mr. Jagdtiger. There, he's too reckless. Jaegers doing what they can here. Sadly, Baoliang does not seem to be a big believer in booby traps. Rather than getting shot to bits here by the Jaegers getting virtually free. Very good. They increase the accuracy. Catches quickly piling up for the Ralph Squad inside the house. Not the best position to fight from. Corpses being scattered all over the place here. Like confetti in a very, very morbid parade. And there you go. Almost a full wipe there from the pack hounds on the Jaeger squad. Not Jaeger command squad, just Jaegers. Bit of a nasty blow there to Baoliang, but at least he did avoid the turtle wipe. Panzer IV is good to go once more here for Baoliang. No, oh, we do have to get the repair punch. We have to engage in the center. Again, we'll have to see if he does try and go for the King Tiger now. I would not advise it. I would strongly recommend either another Panther 4 or a Panther, but I think a King Tiger right now would give Jagdtiger definitely way too much room to just do whatever he wants to do, which is generally not what you want to be doing. Up north, another pusher to hit the northern resource. Again, try and force Jagdtiger into slightly more awkward circumstances. +2 Panther 4s, I think, make for a stronger assault element to just quickly punch holes into Jagdtiger's lines when they maybe get some wipes in. Fix up the Panther 4 again in this regard. The repair pioneers, besides just meaning you're not completely, you know, fudged early, lose the pioneers, also means you have less to manage. Actually, I think this is real strength of the repair pioneers and upgrades like that. It just means like you can just move the tank up there and then it gets fixed and that's it. Like you don't have to like put so much input into it mentally and physically, and that's actually a big advantage. That is actually a big advantage. In particular, as the match goes on, you really have to manage stuff. Others more hectically, just, you know, not having to worry about repairing stuff is pretty great. Plus, again, it just frees up Steel and Punch for more frontline fighting, which is also great. But I think in this regard, Baoliang is taking the Panther a bit too much in there. Go double anti-tank and hits there. In this case, gets lucky. One bounces, actually gives him a chance to get it out of there. Because the M1 anti-tank guns do have a high rate of fire, meaning you linger around 2 anti-tank guns with the American can't for too long, you can actually quickly lose any medium armor. Going for the Stukas of us, obviously wants to blast his holes, some holes there into Jagdtiger's lines. Particularly, I imagine the anti-tank guns is something he wants to absolutely stamp out. That said, the Stukas of us is rather tricky to get sort of this going properly. Of course, if you have the skills, it can be incredibly, you know, potent. But if you lack them, it's less impressive. Honestly, I've seen more players whiff with their Stukas of us badges and seen players just absolutely devastate the opponents. Though, of course, if they can handle it again, the Stukas of us is very powerful. It very much feels like a high skill weapon. But it's got the sector assault there as well there for Baoliang. Jaeger is somehow dodging all of the artillery strikes here from the Scots so far. But those are going to last long. We've got the Jacks on the way there for Jagdtiger as well. Probably getting to sense there might be something bigger armor coming their way. Stukas was almost done. Panther 4 gaining medicine to 1. But he's being pushed back here by the presence of anti-tankers once more. And go Stukas was out. P-40 ready here for Jagdtiger as well. So both sides now have their own air support ready. Their own large-scale aerial attacks. Stukas moving ahead here. 6 Wolframen mounted on the side here of a half-track. Note they could be also placed on the ground to be used as sort of static fire weapons or even mounted on other things like tanks. We got 196 versus 82. Stukas was ready, but he's probably looking for those anti-tank guns, and so he can hope to line up a good strike on them, because when we get rid of those anti-tank guns, things become a lot easier for Baoliang, a lot easier. That said, laying down some booby traps and mines, I think, would also help out Baoliang a lot. Stukas fires, looks like he is not in for the anti-tank guns. Guessing it's the pack howitzer, or the 50 gun in this case, directed. Oh, he almost got both, actually. Damn, that's impressive. That's actually a pretty good shot there by Baoliang. Guess he actually has the skills for up there. Go Penetration for the Jackson. Quickly, anti-tanks backing up. His shot bounces. He needs to get his hands on those 50 cal. Denied here to him. And there go calling in sector assault as well here. Putting further pressure on. He's going to be attacking from Baoliang. It's going to be the time. Fire going down here from the skies. Jackson dodging the shots of the Luftwaffe. Baoliang charging into the Panther 4, looking to exploit the opening here. Bazooka opening up here from behind. Heavy cover. The Major makes a stand for America. Freedom. Democracy. Liberty. There you go, heavy damage to the Panther 4, of course, the power of the bazookas trooping up here, taking advantage of the Air Force cover there from the Luftwaffe. Again, need to grab that 50 cal, denied to the Americans. Jackson moving ahead here, being drawn into the line of fire here. Oh, and the Panther 4 goes down. Baoliang ended up being punished here. Jackson with a damage range, but this is quite a blow there to Baoliang. Quite the blow. Further damage being done here. Anti-tank crew being hosed down by the Jaegers. Annihilated. Close here to veteran 4 already. And there we go. Anti-tank crew dead. He's going to make a run for it. Looks like he might try and make for it. But he's also grabbed the 50 cal. Of course, grab more of the map. But there you go. Grabbing the M1 anti-tank gun under Jagdtiger's nose. Right next to his base. The shield dancing here from Baoliang. Anti-aircraft starting away there. Jagdtiger knows he does not want another visit from the Luftwaffe. It may not come very often, but when it comes, it certainly hurts. Still looks like he may not quite get the anti-tank, and if only hit crew that 50 cal to cover up here, he might be able to get back with the anti-tank, though maybe he can still do it. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. Needs to get those troops going. He also needs to push southwards here, going from the northern victory point. Looks like he is able to actually extract the M1 anti-tank and successfully bring up another Echidna as well, just in case. It's almost good to go with another barrage against Jagdtiger. Quick counterattack here, but Jagdtiger taking advantage again of Baoliang's not quite sufficient push, and there go 5th caliber back in action with the Americans. Slightly missed opportunity, I'd say, here by Baoliang. I'm just up on the rifleman. Got steel parts catching up here in the north. Actually, 7 kills. Jaegers there around the northern point. But Ken was moving ahead. Just pinned down. We got the pack out with the MG34. Stukas is good to go once more here for Baoliang. For Deutschland. Fox moving ahead against the troops in the center. Major holding up. Exwell Scots moving up. Got the half. That's what right front line of the Ken. For there we go. Great hit from it. 8 hit on the rocket punching through. And oh, gets abandoned. Kind of lucky there for Jagdtiger. Of course, less lucky. Just immediately almost got nuked there. But he got lucky. It only got abandoned. Stukas fires here on barrage from Hell Unleashed. Actually getting some kills. Again, clearing out the 50 cal. Again. But not so much else. There you go. Volkswagen squad annihilated. More corpses piling up here. As Baoliang is trying to push through the American lines. Up north, the rifles got being flanked by the Jaegers and the Volkswagen. None of them are upgraded with assault rifles. Well, most of them are dead by now, but yeah, at least the remaining one has not been upgraded. In particular, he's got the Mistress for it anyway, so can't see why not. Scott moving up here, eventually 2 already with 11 kills, 12 kills actually. So only a nice increase in kill tally there. Looks like the half-tank is still basically smouldering. Scott's fine here. Steel Pony is dodging, trying to get past the 5th cal. That's not working out. Jaeger tank from north, 5th cal recruit again. Close to another sector assault. Stu was well there, 1 there. Getting good here in the Jackson Laked and Alpha. Assault from Baoliang is rather being ground down the mount here by Jagdtiger, who refused to give even an inch against the Germans. Okay, we're trying to sneak in here. Another bold maneuver, Baoliang. No, going to grab points, not trying to seek up the armor, perhaps. I'll figure what he's going to do. They're trying to catch the Scots and destroy it. Maybe the Jackson. Our way, troop reinforcing healing. Of North Jaegers go for the victory point. They definitely need to start grabbing some victory points, like he's down to 83 here. There's the punch 3 and 82. There you go, actually going for the Scot. Almost got it. Could also destroy the half-tech to finish it off there, just to make sure. Stukas almost ready to go here for Baoliang for Deutschland. Cat moving ahead here. The overextended, depleted, low on health. Troops reinforcing healing, going for the northern victory point. We got 72 versus 3 and 82. Almost got the southern victory point here, which should help buy us some time. And another support cleared out here. Machine gun crew exterminated by American artillery. There go, got the anti-aircraft half-track. Another push from Baoliang, and we got here a BAR, I assume, here in the midst. No, it's a bazooka, actually. A bazooka. Stukas was good to go once more. Can he catch something decisive? Well, the important next is shatter it. That'd be pretty great there for Baoliang, obviously. At this point, it definitely looks like he's trying to stall up for the King Tiger at the same time. With only 71 victory points, this is quite the reach by Baoliang. He is starting to get really ambitious. You know, it's like things are very tight. He's just playing as, you know, ambitiously as he could. And this time around, though, his rocket strike completely whiffed. Not a single soul harmed. Possibly not even a squirrel. Rifle tank north is backed up with the BAR wielding rifle, and Jaegers need to retreat soon. I don't think they can hold that long here. Low in health already. And of course, with American artillery pounding down on them, they are forced to concede ground to the armies. Stukas is slowly getting ready. King Tiger is going to be some time away still, nonetheless, here for Baoliang, but it seems like he is dead set on the Tiger 2. You know, moving ahead with the anti-tank Ken was going to try and probably hit some more American armor and destroy it before Jagdtiger realizes what's going on. An ambitious strategy, but again, Baoliang, if anything, is an ambitious man. In fact, ambition might be his middle name. Baoliang, ambition, I don't know, Periwinks? Anyways, air support raining down here on the troops. Feels like a bit more of a hasty one, called him a Baoliang, a bit more reckless. Ends up just being wasted 250 meters rather than decisive. It may just end up not quite doing what he wants, but then again, he's probably just frankly trying to buy any kind of like inch of ground he can here, and no matter the cost, because it's only victory points. And again, he's trying to start for the King Tiger, as opposed to make sense in that sense. But I'm not entirely sure this was the correct timing, to at least, you know, get his force into better position before doing it. He does risk losing a bit still. Heavy fire there on the Scot here, though, with the might of the Luftwaffe raining down death. Pack out of there, continue to blast away 18 kills. Folks being suppressed, the 5th guys trying to push ahead here. Up north here, Jaegers are slowly dealing with the Ralph squad there. We need some more support. In fact, every angle here is under heavy pressure, and the anti-tank guns are not quite doing much here because Jagdtiger is not being particularly aggressive with the armor because he doesn't need to. Another panel of Baoliangs, whatever King Tiger plans he might have been smashed on the cold, concrete floor of reality. Like overly fine novelty porcelain. And there you go, we got for the fatherland. Great when you're in your own territory, but pretty much uses an enemy territory. In this case, it actually makes sense to help defend the point here, as the Jaegers become much more formidable. Thumbs up there, and takes them straight to the 5th cal there, and I'll quickly stop. MG 4 prime covering flank, ground north victory point. Panther halfway down there for Baoliang. He could actually go for a second one pretty soon here. He could go for a second one. Route squad there being bled out, decimated. Silicon in the 5th MG 4 there. Route and routed. 5th cal that could be attempted to be napped there by Baoliang. Troops setting up the Sturm punch with a bazooka terminal there for Jagdtiger from the 3rd Armored Division. Almost got the northern victory point there. Sherman slowly approaching here for Jagdtiger. Will have to use the cap to supervise and speed it up. That could be a pretty good idea. There you go. Baoliang's 2nd Panzer ramming here to support the 9th Panzer Division. Pathfinder's holding up the southern victory point. 6 kills, virtually 3. Troops being suppressed though by a 5th cal up there. Meanwhile, up north, anti-tank ones are moving ahead here. 5th cal crew again need to treat those again now for Schnell. Stuka's Roost there. 14 kills. I guess at some point, man, it's a bit of extra there, but it's close to another barrage. Will be able to land a back-breaking blow with it that could leave Jagdtiger crippled. Troops being spread, the Sherman's moving ahead here. Sherman ready for Jagdtiger. And sending on people being unleashed by the MG34 there on Jagdtiger's troops. Very good, very good. Here's Sturm punch and heavy fire. 5th cal opening up here, close to veteran 3. Anti-tank fire in the Panther 4. A lot of rockets right from the north is now. It's Jagdtiger's time to unleash the American Air Force. Need to activate the Share Punch course anti-aircraft mode here versus Jagdtiger's USA AF. Stukas was can fire, but so far doing nothing. And tanking in trouble here. Smoke's covering up here in the north. Jaegers moving in and trying to clear out their 5th cal head on. A pretty ambitious move there by Baoliang. And again, ambitious seems to be very much his style of play. Up north here, we've got a tank going here for the Panther 4. He's hoping to maybe catch it off guard. Pushed away the 5th cal there. Stukas remains silent, inert. Sherman falling back north. We've got a cannon flanking it. Very good move there by Baoliang, it seems. Nice good spot. Jaeger's about to get annihilated here. Only one Jaeger squad left. Stukas remains silent. As the grave there goes, Sherman taking hits from the anti-tank gun, but bypass the Raketmans, quick clear them out there. Sluggish move there. Stukas, oh dear, moved too far ahead there. Good chance losing the Jagdtiger. Oh, the Stukas was now. Panther still being repaired. Damaged engine on the Stukas of Fuss. Heavy losses. Every anti-tank gun gone for Baoliang. He just went from at least a sort of stable position to basically zip. That's a huge blow there. He is much more vulnerable here to Jagdtiger now than he was before. And the Stukas' barrage only gets a single kill. If it even got a kill, that wasn't from the machine. And there goes. Stukas was down as well here. In a matter of moments, Baoliang's empire has crumbled. Or at least his force has crumbled. Calling empire might be a bit too ambitious. But he's lost every anti-tank. He's lost his Stukas of Fuss. He's got a bit of intellect and the Panther 4. But odds are now looking much grimmer for Baoliang. It's like hurting Jagdtiger significantly. It is perhaps not quite enough to go another for the fatherland here. Of North Panther 4 quickly backing off as Jackson moves in here. Sherman down.
We just lost a medium tank.
Sherman down. Kaput. Bazooka fire here from the Sturm ponies and tank being destroyed here again. Jagdtiger prudently denying Baoliang any anti-tank weapons at all. Heading southwards there. Very good move there. Jaeger's moving ahead there. Is he back to try and going for a King Tiger again? He's going to go for a Panther. He's going to actually go for another Panther 4. I definitely think he should just go for more Panther 4s. He just needs more numbers right now versus Jagdtiger. There go another Panther 4 for Baoliang. Another Panzerkampfwagen for from Jod. Cover shattered under fire from the Jackson. MG opening in the center. But yeah, Baoliang's situation is pretty horrid. It's not impossible, but it's going to require some absolutely brilliant assaults here against Jagdtiger to pull off. Unfortunately, about to get wiped out in the south of Victory seized by the Jaegers. Pentaforce slowly getting ready here for Baoliang. Jaegers moving north here. 32 kills, ace level. Quite the kill tally. Quite the kill tally. From south, the Jaegers holding against the American assaulty to infantry squad, so they're trying their best to get some kills in, but they're simply outnumbered, I think, at this point. The only benefit here is that Jagdtiger's not research grenades, which could very well prove to be a decisive pummeling there on Baoliang's already overextended, push troops. Pentaforce in begin caught here by the major bazooka. Scott firing, need to be careful here. Got a hit there on the Jackson. Need to get the Pentaforce out there fast. Oh dear, or at least pop blitzkrieg so it shoots faster. For the Farmland again. Almost got the Jackson here with the Pentaforce. Got it, Veggie 2 gained. Still needs to get out of there. Ah, he's backing right into it. Combat blitz. Almost got the Scott here. Other Pentaforce moving in. We need to get the Pentaforce to safety. Schnell. And fixed up here by the Mechanized Regiment still. 2 Pentaforces are providing a lot of pressure here on Jagdtiger. Might just be enough. Sturmpods need to retreat though. He can't afford to lose any infantry. Then again, he can't afford to lose victory points either. Going for the entertainment here with the Pentaforce. Got the bazooka team Neil Labar here with the Major's command. Pentaforce down to less than half of already. Lagman support is showing. Jaegers charging ahead. Your Pentaforce main gun is out. I think should have focused on the southern victory point here to assist the troops there. Rather than diving in with the Pentaforce, you risk losing it. But we got Jaegers charging through the center here. Sturmpaniers almost got it, but they're about to get wiped out. They can't afford to lose them. Rückzug! Rückzug, Baoliang! Rückzug! And they get wiped. The last man standing is splattered across the ground by a Pack-Archer shell. Straight went off. Pulling back here to the repair station there. He's barely got any troops left, but he fights like a fanatic. Another Jackson away there for Jagdtiger. His forces are certainly battered here. And Baoliang actually ended up doing a ton of damage with those attacks, but he also ended up taking a lot of damage, I think, by some slight reckless maneuvers. But he's somehow actually in this now still. Like, yeah, I mean, he really just tore out huge chunks there of Jagdtiger's force, which is really impressive and certainly shows what a good well-executed attack can do. And this is like not even like fully well-executed assault. They're just doing like so-so assault, but even then like a proper assault with just enough spirit can actually do a lot of damage. The trick, of course, is keeping your men alive through it, and that's kind of where Baoliang sort of fell apart. But you know, he had the right idea to a degree. He's going for another Pentaforce there. First one being fixed up here. Virtually 2 half-H, virtually 3. He's got all 3 victory points. He is somehow still alive. He is breathing. But the cap price has been very high for Baoliang and for the 9th Panzer Division. And the Jaegers, I think, are a crucial part of it alongside the Pentaforce. Second one halfway down there for Baoliang. Nor the victory point attack. They need to get something in to clear that out. Packers are hammering away. 11 kills. Troops caught here. Jaegers opening up as well. Need to be careful not to bounce not too much, since obviously they're going to attract Pack-Archer fire or Scott fire, which is going to be pretty bad there for Baoliang. 22 was turn 80. Pentaforce going for the north here. Almost got the major, but also took a lot of damage in the process. I think we'd better obviously send the Jaegers up there and then let the Pentaforce on the south. But there you go. Jackson going for the Pentaforce. 22 was turn 74. Baoliang is holding, but can he hold for much longer? Can he stabilize? Can he turn this around? Can he fully exploit the previous opening he made? That is the big question. Your Pentaforce being repaired. Southern Victory 1 as well there. Jaegers more or less good to go here for Baoliang. Grab the northern point. Pentaforce almost fixed up, but he can't afford to wait much longer, I suspect. This is his realization there. Pin up machine away there for the second Pentaforce. Sees the southern victory point here, instead of being helped with the rifle squad. And the Pentaforce going for an aggressive attack. You got combat blitz here. He's diving in, but he's taking too much damage already from the anti-tank and the Jackson. Ultimately, the assault here lacks a bit of force there. And there you go, knocked out by bazooka. His almost ace Pentaforce is kaput. He's going for the Scott here, pushing through the center. 20 versus 255. Almost got the Scott, but his Pentaforce taking critical damage to the process. Bazookas, anti-tank and fire, knocking it out. And with this, I think Baoliang is very much dead in the water. His infantry has been decimated. His tanks are aflame. His support weapons are non-existent. He has no artillery, 1 machine gun, and a bit of infantry. He doesn't have the resources to like really make up for the loss he suffered by now. So I think here by the end, Jagdtiger has very much won the fight versus Baoliang. It was brutal, vicious, dirty. and downright desperate at times, but in the end Baoliang just fell a bit short there.
They only have 10 points.
Fell a bit short. 8, 6, and there you go. Game over. Game over. Lost there for Baoliang. A victory for Jagdtiger. A vicious fight there. Good play by Jagdtiger, obviously. Also nice for Baoliang, but there were a few technical issues that I think kept creeping up until that period there around the mid game. We just kept focusing too much in the centre. Rather than the flanks of the map, I think, proved to be quite detrimental there for Baoliang, as it just fed Jagdtiger's machine gun a lot of free experience, which was definitely not great there. Plus, missing out on grabbing that 50 was out in the open was also, I think, a bit of a mistake there by Baoliang, which really helped out Jagdtiger a lot. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, but don't challenge me. So this is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.